What do you regret finding out? According to Reddit, number 27. How horrible the procedure for taking out your wisdom teeth actually is. I've had to take them all out. So 2 weeks ago, I went to the dentist in Europe. Here they don't use laughing gas, but just a local anesthesia. I thought they would take a scalpel and cut away till my tooth came out and then sew it up. Little did I know that they used a lot of screwdriver, or they used almost a screwdriver, to bend it out, and afterwards a plier to bend it over even further. The dentist just leaned in my mouth with what seemed to be the strength of 1,000,000 suns and cracked out my tooth while I was lying on the bench sweating profusely out of fear. I still have to take out 2 more on my left side. Well, damn. I feel like there's a lesson to be learned here. Something to do with the Brits and teeth. I don't want to go there, man. I don't want to go there. Is everything balanced? Does everything sound right? Hello to all of you in the stream chat. True Silver, Kid Goku, Raphael, Pistachio, Talentless Bear, Linda, Christopher, and Plague. Oh, damn. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 26. That I was an asshole in my relationships. It turns out I've become the person that I was afraid of becoming for my entire life. My father. A jealous dude with anger management issues who never sees his own faults. Yeah, if you're all not careful, you'll become your parents. Ooh. To be fair though, I've come a long way since my best friend straight up told me what I've become, and that if I stayed this way, that she was going to stop being friends with me. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. I guess I don't regret finding out because it helped me get my shit together. However, the fact that you were the a-hole, and you were the reason some of your friends cut ties with you is pretty hard as a pill to swallow, especially knowing that you'll never get to make it up to some of them because the fault has been yours. Why should they care at this point? Well, I guess it's better to actually come to terms with it too late than not to come to terms with it at all. Some people take that feeling of like correctness, like they're the ones that are right and everybody else is crazy. They take that all the way to their grave. Pretty messed up. Number 25. It's something that my parents regret, not telling my brother at an early age that he was adopted. Guessing he found out later, and his world fell apart. They edit the post to say everything's fine, but a regret is still a regret. How are you all doing? Everything making sense in your day? I know this stream's about an hour later than it's supposed to be, but meh. It'll be here for those who wake up in the morning and need a little bit of that something, something. You know what I'm talking about? A little bit of that something, something. Oh boy. Continuing up. Number 24. That my dad is not my biological dad. Ooh. Somebody says it might be a benefit to you down the road, medically and historically wise. Yeah, I mean, I doubt that they're saying that they didn't want to know, but for whatever reason, he seems to regret knowing it, and that kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. So what do you guys regret learning, guys? Come on. What do you regret finding out? Stream chat. Tell me in the stream, and give those of people watching the stream after the fact a little bit of something extra. Number 23. How many cockroaches there are in Australia? The one that climbed my foot as I sat in the evening gaming freaked me out. What do you mean you regret finding out how many cockroaches there are in all of Australia? There's cockroaches everywhere, homie. You have to wonder if some people are so basic that they live their lives under the impression that if they don't see something or feel it, or if they don't experience something, then it just must not be going on around them. Somebody's talking about the size of bush cockroaches. Okay. Is it the size of your shin, boy? If 5 of those cockroaches got into a suit and stood on each other's shoulders, would it seem like a man?
Stop.
Or would it only take 4?
I don't want to think of how big cockroaches can get. All right, stop it.
Big cockroach, man. Let's find out big cockroach record. Biggest cockroach record. Yeah, you were really tempting, the autofill when you type big cock. Okay, biggest cockroach record. The world's largest winged cockroach measured 97 millimeters. No, man. Largest cockroach world, Guinness World Record. Come on. The world's largest winged cockroach. Y'all hit me with like a species, my dude. I want an urban legend right now. Y'all can't help me out and just be like, man, I saw one and it was like a meter. It was a meter long. And it would have ate me if I didn't get out of there. And it caught one of the kids and tried to fly off with one of the kids. It caught one of the kids. That cockroach was going to fly off with one of those kids. Cara Z says, yo, I got Doritos. Congratulations. Not that I'm one to judge, but what kind of Doritos are those? Because if you answer incorrectly, I'm gonna have to dock you some fictional Kyle points,
No true silver wolf. Oh.
I was asking everybody recently what I should put on the wish list. There you go. Nailed it. As a thing that maybe I don't need now, but in the future would be good to have. Things like flashlights, candles, things like that, but not flashlights or candles. And now that you guys have me thinking about Doritos, I can't help but think that there are only certain flavors of Doritos that are correct, and everything else can suck my monkey balls. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 22. I didn't meet my dad until I was about 15 years old. It was a secret since my mother wanted nothing to do with him. Within the first 3 sentences exchanged, he felt the need to tell me that I was conceived on a beach in July during the last time they had sex. I was the product of a going away bang in a relationship doomed before my conception. He followed it up with, we were good at 2 things, me and your mom, fighting and fucking. Unfortunately, we were fighting more than we were fucking, so it stopped being worth it. 10 years later, and this is still how I get my family history. Just bust a move. Number 21. When I was about 14, my mom took me to a tattoo shop to get her nipples pierced. Ill? While the procedure was happening, she turned to me and said, your dad bites harder than that. I could have lived without that info. What is love? Find me a gun, please. A gun, please. I'm done. Oh, Hey, can you guys get me a revolver? I'm only gonna need 6 bullets. Hey. Yeah, boy. I don't know. What can I do? Chris says, Kyle, did you know there are sour cream and onion Doritos? Well, Japan exists, homie. So just because we don't have it doesn't mean that Japan hasn't mixed up some kind of demon flavor chips. If we can imagine it, it's existed. even if it's been discontinued. So yeah, I did know, even though I've never seen them, I assumed that, of course, sour cream and onion Doritos existed. You know, you ever just you don't go on Amazon and just type in Doritos, and not Doritos, but like Japanese candies. Like there's probably more flavors of Kit Kats than there are jelly beans you've ever tasted. Think about that. Think about that. You want like a pineapple flavored Kit Kat bar? You can get that, homie. In Japan, you can get that. Somebody's all about that. So number 20 says, the details of my parents' divorce. You can't just say it and not give us the details. They didn't even comment again. Typical woman. I'm Emma Lay, and I don't get laid, so now you're all going to get punished for it. Like that one?
No.
Come on, Lay.
Stop.
You would have liked it better? And now she's going to Hawaii? Why do I say that? Why is it funny?
It's not funny.
Okay, why do I say Hawaii, though?
Because it's a pineapple.
No. Her name's Emma Lay. So why do I say Hawaii? Because the little flower thing that they give you is called a lei.
Oh.
Well, now you know.
Well, now I know.
And knowing is half the battle. NXC, or it's probably just nocturne, but spelled like, you know, I guess you've been smelling your own farts. Oh, he's from France. This explains it all. He says, I ate a pumpkin Kit Kat and it tasted like Kyle's hairline. Kyle's hairline? Boy, I'ma shave this, right? I'ma put it in my butt. I'm gonna shake it up, and then I'm gonna feed you that, and you can tell me what that tastes like. Tastes like the spelling of your name, you French bitch. Oh, oui, motherfucker.
How do you know they're French?
It's just a joke because of the FR in his name. What? Number 9.
That should be something I should be asking you.
Plus 10. I'ma learn what tinnitus is, apparently. That's his big regret. Well, I only learned what tinnitus was because of Lucio in Overwatch. It's true. This dude said, now I can't stop hearing it. That's not cool. That's really kind of sad. You know? I still don't. I mean, contextually, I'm going to have to piece together that tinnitus is a type of thing where you're constantly hearing it, kind of like a ringing, and that really does suck. I just thought tinnitus was a type of, you know, going deaf, and I imagine it must be, but contextually based on him saying he can't stop hearing it, maybe it's like a ringing or some kind of constant noise or buzz, and that, yo, dude, you know, I can't, you know, I don't want to say anything edgy here, but I think a lot of people, if they were doomed to hear something like this, you know, after a lifetime of not hearing it, it might be something that caused them to want to just end it all. You know what I mean? Because if they had listened to that their entire life, they'd be used to it by now. But to have a sudden change and now you're hearing this thing nonstop, man. She wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts, she's cheer captain, and I'm on the bleachers, you know?
Everyone, remember to be very, very careful with how loud you play music.
That's madness. Turn me up as loud as I can go. And when people walk in and go, what are you listening to? Say, hey, it's this guy. I know this guy. And he loves me. And he could love you too, ma'am, or sis. Or whoever walks in. Maybe you're talking to your cat. Talking to your damn cat all the time. Speaking of a list of regrets. You know what I'm talking about. No regrets. Just love. What do you regret finding out? You know? Number 18. That I'm not very smart. I'm not dumb or dim, but I've really had to come to terms with the fact that I am not... Only am I not the smartest man in the room, I'm probably damn near the stupidest. It's okay, Neville. You'll make it. The realization actually makes you a step above average in terms of the Dunning-Kruger effect. Yeah, it's true. Most people are blatantly and blissfully unaware, like they're just spinning as though vertigo Vertigo, just oblivion, you know. They are I want to say it'll never occur to them. It'll never occur to them that they are not smart. That's the dumbest guy in the room. The one who swears he's the smartest. Not the guy who's like second guessing himself and going, Jesus Christ, I'm a moron, you know? Yo. What are we gonna do about all these people? We don't even have an island for them, you know? Jeez. Number 17. Learning from my sister that my father told her that my mom's mom was not paralyzed from the waist down because she fell off a fence. It is because she was beaten so badly by the man that she was seeing at the time. He beat her paralyzed for life. Jesus hell, dude. And we thought we had it bad, you know? That is really not cool. But here's hoping we can, I don't know, avoid that kind of stuff. Yeah, ladies, it's a it's a cautionary tale. Don't let a dude get to the point where like hitting you is fine, because you can end up paralyzed. And some consider that a fate worse than death. What if he beats you so hard that you can never have kids again? Then you're no different than a transgender male to female. Can't even have a baby? You might as well just be an old man identifying as a teenage girl that's a lesbian that also wants to be with other women. You know? I'm an old dude, but I identify as a lady. But I identify as a lady who is also a lesbian, so then I can get ladies too. You see what I'm talking about? Oh, yeah. Put some thought into this. Nicholas Thorne says, tinnitus sounds like the high-pitched noise that you hear after you have been flashbanged in modern warfare. Q. But lower volume and constant. You always hear it. The only option is drowning it out, in Kyle's voice. Wow. Well, I'll always try to make sure that I'm here to drown you, just as you drown me in likes, like the video. Or maybe you want to drown me in Streamlabs donations. Click the link in the description below. Or maybe you want to drown me in judgment. So go to my link to my wish list and shake your head at the things that I have on my wish list and go, what kind of, who does this guy, sometimes I go online and look at other people's wish lists to make sure that I don't like have something left off that I'd like to put on there. But you want to know what everybody else has on their wish list? Let's be real. Very like racy stuff, like lingerie, butt plugs. You know what I'm talking about? It's really gross stuff that people have on their wish list. It is wild. It is wild. You know, my wish list is probably like a couple of Trump like books away from people thinking I'm trolling. But I legitimately want all that stuff on there. Y'all think it's a game. It's not a game. Only thing I'd put on there is probably more clothes, because it's all about me. Number 16. That's what anybody's wish list should be all about. It should be about them. Are you living for someone else? You need to stop. You need to give yourself the attention you deserve. Okay? Because if you don't give it to you, then who will? Not number 16. That's for damn sure. I regret finding out what my sister and her boyfriend were doing in the bubble bath. What were you doing in there? Somebody says, I bet those sick fucks were holding hands. You know who has hands? The devil, and he uses them for holding. Wow. You know, this kind of turned us all on to the fact that somewhere, some parent is trying to instill fear in their child to make it so that they don't hold hands with some opposite sex. And are they doing it in a religious way, as this comment insinuates? Don't hold hands with him, that is the devil. The devil is trying to get you to hold hands. He knows it's a gateway. And the germs of Satan. Number 15. that my dad abused my sister. Ugh, this comment is kind of maybe blowing up, so I wanted to clarify something. I wasn't the one that found out. My sister confronted him, and legal proceedings began. One night, my mom got all of us together and told us. Well, you see, you've left out pertinent information here, homie. You know, if your mom knew, what was her response to her husband? You know, we want to know what's going on with that blow up and if y'all are all still staying together. You know, I like to think if I'm in a family and maybe daddy messing around with one of the people in the family and mommy finds out, is mommy going to just be cool and be like, oh, well, everything's fine, you know? Or are we going to resituate ourselves? We're going to relocate? What's going on? What is going on? Number 14. Realizing that I'm not all that okay with being a loner. It was easier when I didn't care that I had very few friends. Waiting here, me. Ridiculous. How am I even gonna get this back to the size it's supposed to be? Jeez. Unbelievable for some gag that I'm doing. Alright, there it is. God. Are you feeling alone? Get over it. Okay? Get involved in something that is pertinent to your interests and then throw words at somebody else who is also a part of that. So at least you have that common ground as far as compatibility to, what?
Throw words. I can just imagine someone printing out like cardboard words on them and then throwing at them like ninja stars.
It's like women pretending they lonely because it's hard. Like, bitch, you ain't that ugly. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my God.
Walk the fuck outside and literally give any man 3 words and the attention that he'll, because he's dying for it. I don't know what to tell y'all. Half of you guys are your own biggest obstacles. I don't know, man. As we continue to number 13, the real reason why half of my dad's side of the family doesn't speak to us. We, my twin and I, were always told that it was because they just weren't that close and also had some mental health issues, but we learned after my dad died. Nice.
Time to go gorilla knocking.
Go gorilla knocking. Damn, I've heard of monkey knocking, but gorilla knocking? This dude's taking everything to the next level. Eddie, I want you to know, you're a hero around these parts, and I appreciate this 420 donation.
Smoke weed every day.
Stay cool, Eddie. Stay cool. Whew. So we're finding out that the real reason that the other half of the family did not speak to us was not because of mental health issues on their part, but we learned that after my dad died, the truth, when the dad died, they learned the truth because no one on his side of the family came to the funeral. Jesus Christ. Yo, that's pretty intense. It turns out that my parents had trouble conceiving. This much I knew. I also know that my twin and I are in vitro fertilization babies, and we were born very premature. I'm talking 1 pound premature. Shortly after, my mom developed breast cancer. What I didn't know was that during this time, my dad was also taking care of his sick mother, my paternal grandmother, as well as looking after his sick wife and 2 newborn preemies. He ended up asking his brother to help look after their mother since he'd been the one doing it so that he could care for his family. Soon after my dad spent more time with us versus his mom, she took a turn for the worse and died. And my father's brother blamed him for abandoning the family and blamed my twin and I for the death of our grandmother. Okay, so your whole family's just a bunch of irrational pieces of shit, you know? Fuck them. If we weren't born, my mother wouldn't have gotten estrogen positive breast cancer. And also, they were all very Catholic. And in vitro fertilization was a sin. Okay, so they're religious kooks who are also inconsiderate bastards. Yes, grief will do crazy things to people. And if you're dealing with women, they're already hormonal, which is going to ramp up their emotional, like genuine, typical emotional tendencies to the next level, you know? Take a woman who's already awful, put her on a special time of the month, she's going to get more awful. Give her a little bit of grief from a traumatic and insane experience. Oh boy, she's evolving. She is evolving. She didn't even need that stone. You usually give her the thunderstone to see the sparks fly. My God.
This was a man that, from the looks of it,
what I'm saying, Dia, is it isn't just the brother, it's the whole family on that side.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? It takes a very powerful amount of emotional fucking absurdity to make it so that when someone dies, nobody attends the funeral. Fuck those people. They're all insane. And better they be away from these people because it hurts. It hurts to think that that's what's going on. It hurts. Oh boy. We should all be lucky that we're not in a family like this. Because could you imagine if your mom just got sick and then your partner got sick and your kids got sick and you were taking care of all of them and then you asked somebody for help? It would be one thing if you just like didn't ask anybody for help and let one party like fall sicker because you were giving a little bit more attention to the other two. You call somebody and ask them for help. Now you've abandoned them. Oh, they died because of you. They must have got sick because of you too. You had those children in a way that doesn't appease Jesus. Fuck off. You fucking people, dude. You fucking people. We have such a limited amount of time on the planet. And, you know what really sucks is just watching other people who have such a leg up in life, not just because they were maybe born into a more affluent situation, whether it be, you know, they're just situated somewhere where there's more opportunities. Maybe their parents are well off and they can pay for you to have a place to stay, maybe some vehicles, shit like that, you know, get a leg up into mommy or daddy's business or, you know, shit like this, right? But to think that they also have a family in the way of people around them that aren't just willing to physically and technically support them, but emotionally support them, when a lot of people are being born into these broken situations where hilariously the family is willing to turn their back on them because they just need a scapegoat. Somebody's got to take the fall for this. Somebody, you know, we choose you. This person died and it was your fault, I guess. So we're all going to be mad at you. And not just till the day you die. Do you get what I'm saying? Not just till the day you die, but even when you die, we won't go to your funeral. Ugh. And it's your kid's fault too. Number 12. I need 101% on my chem final to get an A. Oh, sounds impossible for you to get an A. Somebody said easy, just give it 110% effort. Because 109 ain't gonna cut it, Buster. Oh my God. He's just gotta pull himself up by his bootstraps. He'll be able to do it. You know, you guys gotta go at it with that big titty energy. You can do anything. Through Catholic Christ who strengthens you. It's a joke, you know, guys. I don't, you know, come on. Number 11. My brother's girlfriend, not safe for work Reddit account. Ooh. Ew.
What?
My brother's girlfriend's not safe for work Reddit account. It's supposed to be a couple's account, so you might guess the horrors I saw there. Someone says, I regret just finding out that my brother, can you get this? Can you get that out of my way? Found out about my girlfriend's not safe for work account. Someone said, nice try, almost gave me a heart attack. Top marks. He almost fooled him good. Fooled him good. Dr. Magma says, that's not a doctor. You falsified your credentials in my chat, Magma? D Magma says, my mom is the kind of person to say, get over it when times are tough. Yeah. If your mom's anything like most moms, she can't, walk her own walk, so to speak, or walk her own talk would be a more apt thing to describe her as. Being incapable of doing, they talk a lot of crap, but then they're hypocrites because they don't even follow that. Ain't that wild? Wow. Cultivate your anger before you idealize. Motivate your anger. Make them all realize climbing the mountain, never coming down. Breaking through the content, never coming down. If somebody knows where that's from, you're a nerd, man. You ain't supposed to know. You're not supposed to know. Number 10, how good it feels to be on opiates and to be high on opiates. Now and then I think of when we were to get opiates. Like when I felt so happy we could dare. Dia. But you didn't have to opiate. Opiates aren't funny. How dare we sit here and laugh because we're not on...
You're the one that's making fun of
Make out like it never happened and that we weren't on opiates.
Stop it.
But boy, I kinda need that love.
Number 9.
Cause it get me so damn high and I'm liking that touch. Number 9. That my ex sabotaged a condom to try and stop me from joining the military. What a psychopath. Somebody says this is how you get stuck alone with a baby. Ugh. Look, man, like the video. I'm trying to get out of here. This is getting pretty scary now. Never mind. I didn't think it was going to be a scary list. I thought it was going to be like a lame little, I found out this about my dad. Oh, I hate it. Number 8. Finding out that my ex had slept with my uncle and 3 of my friends.
Ew.
Ew.
You to the max.
You found a hoe.
Who does that?
Holy shit. Here's what you gotta get, though. She was definitely willing with any dude that she came across. Holy hell. That really makes me want to heave a little bit. Number 7.
Also, his friends and uncle are a bunch of hoes too.
Bruh. My dad mentioned how tight my mother is. Thanks, Dad. Come on, man. Come on. Oh, yo, in front of your kids.
Right in front of my salad.
Right in front of my salad. I was gonna eat this. Number 6. When I was around 10 years old, I was sitting on the couch and my older sister came towards me with a knife and stabbed a hole in the cushion. Aston cushion. She did it about a foot from my leg. She pulled the knife out and immediately told me not to tell Dad, or you're next. You see that cushion? He's not telling any tales. It's gonna be you. I was young and naive, and my sister had kind of twisted a sense of humor. So, I really don't know what to think. I definitely did some damage now that I look back on it. Huh. Years later, my sister announced that she had planned to attack me with the knife, but chickened out last moment. At this point, I had all but moved on from the incident, but this brought it all back. Huh. Here's the thing about some women stabbing people. Like, can I tell y'all something, ladies? Unless you go for a dude's neck, he's probably going to be able to kill you before he dies. If a hoe stabbed me, you're fucking dead. You understand me? We gonna have enough in us to make sure that it's not gonna be pretty for you. And if you're gonna survive, it's not gonna be living well. I can tell you that right now. Maybe some tubes will be necessary. If you stab a dude, you better hope that the blood is straight gushing into portions that he needs to breathe. Because if he can still wiggle, in his last throes of life before he bleeds out, he gonna wiggle in a way that's gonna end your life today. The wiggle of death. You know what I'm talking about? Shit. I feel like maybe that dumb bitch put it together when she was about to attack the brother. She was like, what if he attacks me back? How long would it take for him to snap my neck? You know what I'm talking about? Not long. Be fucking careful, you psychotic. Get this chick the medication she deserves. What was the fallout after that? What happens? He just appeared with a knife. You think this is a game? That shit is not funny. That shit is not funny. Dave says, number 8 reminds me of a boss who married a woman who dated 2 or 3 of his friends before he got out of the friend zone. Wow. You got to think of it as a kink for some women, man. You know, some women are just into, making some of these men. I don't know, man. Like I feel like some women, their fetish is to create a murderer. You know what I mean? That's what these women are trying to do. Why didn't you laugh when I looked at you? You were just like, oh no, my plan.
No, it was more of a look of, ugh.
That's what these women want to do. You don't know?
Number 4.
Number D Magma. I'm not an anti-SJW, but it irks me seeing fellow women cry for equality, then attack a dude and expect him not to defend himself. Man, you don't even know. Many women who are, seeking equality, they want it in places that make sense, the workplace and other places where they'd be treated equally as far as pay and things like that. But they don't recognize that equality would mean that, hey, yeah, no, anybody can defend themselves. You hit somebody, bitch, I guess you better be ready to lose your life, because a dude smacking back ain't gonna be like one of these corny ass little hits that most women can muster. Yeah, there's some beefy ass chicks walking around taking all the testosterone and chemicals to make themselves as manly as possible, but 10 times out of 10, equality in a situation with ladies is not what you want, especially in court, when you're fighting for custody and all kind of shit like this. Goes without saying. I don't need to rehash it. But I can't tell you how many times I've thought in past relationships about like how if one of us were to turn up dead right now, if the girl died, I'd just be a suspect. I'd be in jail immediately, answering some questions, interrogation time. But if I died, it'd just be a bunch of dudes, out here with flowers and can I take you to a movie,
It depends on under the circumstances.
No, she could be caught with a knife in her hand and just be like, oh, I just started stabbing him because I wanted him to come back to life. I'm so emotional. And everybody would be like, you poor thing.
Not necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it.
What? In your scenario, is she black? That's the only way.
No.
It's the only way. If it was a white girl, she could just say, I went nuts. I needed him to be alive. He wasn't alive, so I just started stabbing him to life. Stab him to life. See, I'm crazy.
Perhaps not immediately, but the moment that they start saying, oh, she's taking out like a lot of insurance money, and all of a sudden she's moving on.
Why would she be going that far?
Hashtag
stab him to life.
Because a woman that kills a man will immediately start acting like this instead of being smart about it. So
not all women. Yeah. Seraphim.
Regardless, they get caught because it's suspicious. Oh, you have insurance money.
Yeah, my man out here bringing up the right shit. Casey Anthony killed her fuck ass kids, and she got the fuck away with it because that's the way it works. That's the way it works. Y'all want to get away with some shit? Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. Let a man come in by way of a lawyer, tell you how the system works, tell you what the best defense is, tell you exactly when to cry and who to butter up on the jury, and you'll be getting away scot-free with that shit. But if you run your mouth and say some shit that maybe don't line up with the best defense later, you're in trouble. So all you gotta do, shut the fuck up. Do what you gotta do, then shut the fuck up. Police show up. Hey, why did you? I have nothing to say to you. I'll wait for my defender or my attorney or whoever I need to wait for, and we'll go from there. If it goes to jury trial, we'll turn on the waterworks and we'll get a peer of fucking morons. I mean, sorry. Not a jury of peers, but a jury of morons. to then deliberate over. Consider, if you will, this white woman crying, I didn't know. I shot him, yes, but I was so confused. 10 years. Maybe less with good behavior. Seraphin Bear says, subway slap and bus driver uppercut comes to mind, Kyle. She wanna act like a man? I'ma treat her like a man. As we continue up to number 5, my ex said not to worry about a guy when we were together, and she ended up marrying him after 5 years. That's just all women, you know? I think all women are stupid when it comes to men that they regard as not someone that exists in an intimate capacity to them. You know, because in their head, they just think, oh, well, I'm not into them like that. So that invalidates the fact that those men, of course, could be into the woman like that. So naturally, when maybe a relationship that they're in fizzles out and the opportunity presents itself for those guys to really get the opportunity to butter up this hoe, to wear her down, to chisel down those defenses and try to penetrate that shell, you know, just get them in a spot where they can really, oh my God, this is so sweet. I've thought about doing this for you for ages, darling, and all this bullshit, you know. Because if you talk to that hoe right now, she'd be like, 5 years is a lot of time. It wasn't like that back then, but then it developed into that. 5 years is a lot of time. Number 4, I always blame my best friend's erratic behavior on my mental issues. Until one day, I found her passed out on my toilet and realized that her behavior always got erratic after bathroom visits. Unfortunately, she may have mental issues, but an addiction to certain drugs was the reason for most of her behavior. Damn. We're getting pretty close to the end of this list and there's no poop entries. I'm really happy about it. Number 3, that my mom knew my stepfather was abusing me and did nothing about it. Get out of the family. Just burn the house down, dude. The Kyle channel does not condone the act of arson. It is all just a joke, a dark joke, mind you. Not all humor needs to be funny to everybody, Jesus. This was a random comment that I did not expect to get attention. Boy. Somebody says, same here. Now they're both out of my life, and I hope that that's something that the person who wrote the initial post has the opportunity to do, because sometimes finding out that the people that are close to you family-wise are terrible is something difficult for you to navigate. But you definitely need to find a way to close the door and never look back, man. Don't let them whisper some shit that coerces you into thinking they're anything other than the types of people that they have demonstrated they are. Number 2, after my dad died, my mom, after my dad died, my mom, before she died, said he always felt my struggles were because of him accidentally dropping me down the stairs as a baby. I struggled with math. And physically, I have a form of muscular dystrophy, but we didn't know that at the time, so she believed my physical issues were his fault. It apparently ate him up and helped fuel parts of his depression. I didn't need to know that. I think you did. I'd want to know if my parents dropped me. I think we all would. If you'd want to know if your parents dropped you or did something that may have physically deterred your development, write 1 in the chat. And if you don't want to know, write 2.
What if you already know?
If you already know, just write I'm gay. Did you say damn? That's funny.
Yeah.
Damn.
Fucked up.
That's fucked up. Damn.
Well, I already know. My parents dropped me a bunch of times.
Yeah, but it just made your boobs huge, so.
No, they're one of the biggest reasons why I have so many migraines and headaches. And why I'm like a bit slow at times.
Jack, you don't really have issues that you know about and they were messing you up. That's messed up. Is it true, Jack? D Magma says, I didn't need my dad to drop me. I fell on my own trying to act like a cat. Well, aren't we all failed cats? Just trying to land on our feet. As we complete this list, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not gonna keep ya, and we're gonna destroy it. The list of what do you regret finding out? Number 1. My father never wanted me or children at all. He actually told my mother that if she had me, he'd spend his life making both of us miserable. She was convinced that once he saw me, he'd change his mind. She was very, very wrong. My dad often says how much happier he would have been if he and my mother never had children. I feel your pain. What things to say to your kids? All I know is you and I have the best relationship in existence, guys. We're a family, but we never need to deal with each other too often, you know? Love ya. Like the video. Yeah. Special thanks to my patrons who are just making my life, helping me walk downtown and walk fast, you know? Damn. Special thanks to the sponsors. And if your name is not on these sponsors, you can just let me know, and then I'll say I'm a bitch, and then you are king in the next stream. Something like that. I apologize to every Redditor who feels lonely. Hi, how was your day? What? Huh. Some dude says, I ate a lot of iceberg lettuce. Some dude said, lettuce club, lettuce gang. Lechuga. What's that mean, Dia?
Lettuce.
Lechuga means lettuce?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Lechuga. Lechuga.
It means something completely different.
Lechuga. Sounds like the act of sucking boob. Lechuga. Hey girl. Lechuga. Lechuga del diablo. Lechuga de los muertos.
What is wrong with you?
Día de lechuga. Why you like that one?
I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
Oh, it kind of sounds like you of lettuce too. Not just the day of lettuce. Pretty cool.
The day of lettuce, but me of lettuce.
Yeah,
Lettuce.
dia of lettuce.
Dia of lettuce.
Oh my god. Look, Kara just wrote one. Oh, they're so behind. Well, guys, I love you. Have a wonderful evening. I hope you guys are having a wonderful lead up to your holiday season and things don't go overboard. If they do, maybe we'll have a confession podcast and you can tell me all about it. That'd be fun. You know where everything is. Links in the description. If you want to join the Discord and get notified when these streams are popping off, of course, join the Discord and I'll notify you all when things are getting real. You want to see the wish list, you want to, do whatever. It's all in the description. Follow me on twitch.tv/Kyle because I'm going to be trying to stream more games. And soon I'm going to be taking all of that off of this channel. You know how it is. So I am going to go clean some shit up. And then I'll be back. Deaf child gets bullied constantly at this school. The school did nothing against the bullies, but instead suspended the deaf boy for outbursts. The bullying is still ongoing. Oh my god. Why does it say spoiler? I don't know if we should watch this. What the hell is this? Why are the kids like kangaroo leaping?
You know why they do that.
Huh?
I said, well, now you know why they do that.
Why do they do it?
Because when he gets upset, that's what he does.
Oh.
So they are doing it back at
So
him.
they're like mimicking him?
Yes, they're mocking him.
Okay. Well.
And it's the worst thing you could possibly do. Not just, to a normal kid, but to a deaf kid, because...
I mean, how you think it's going to work out? You know what I'm talking about? What's crazy is that the school suspended the dude.
They always do.
I know, but they should have suspended all parties.
They always suspend the kid that, is getting bullied and stuff.
Let me tell it to you like this. And, I'm the realest guy you're ever going to talk to. And that's probably why, I need to make sure that this channel flies nice and clean under that radar, boy. Doesn't need to show up on anybody's traffic screens. You know what I'm talking about? The bottom line is, what you expect this boy to go home and do? I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about? Why are you smiling at me then?
I'm not smiling at
You did? You don't know your face? Is it just because you saw my face and you couldn't control?
No, I didn't smile at you. If anything, it was a frown.
Well, your frowns look a lot like smiles, little lady.
Alright.
Bruh. That's what I'm saying. Tom Hellert says secret Kyle. Yeah. This whole channel's a secret that y'all found out. For real though, man. They better calm down with all of that bullshit. Most people have a breaking point. And when you're a kid, you don't have to try hard to find it. You do not have to try hard to find it. What is there? Why did Ryan Reynolds almost get his leg smashed? Did something happen with the stage? Pretty funny stuff. Guys, I love you. Take it easy. Stay out of trouble. You'll get more later. Bye.